An old woman puts her mobile phone in the juicer because she is aged and ill. The maid brings her in. She supports her and helps her sit on the sofa. She takes a check out of her pocket and asks the old woman to sign it. Suddenly, the son calls out, so the maid puts the check in the drawer and leaves the stove on in the kitchen and comes back. The son arrives and asks where his mother is. He comes to her and kisses her and checks her condition. She seems unwell and he says, "It looks like we need to call the doctor." He quickly runs to the kitchen and turns off the stove. He tells the maid to be careful and says the stove was left on. The maid says, "Sorry, I forgot." The son asks, "Where is my charger?" The maid says, "You go, I will bring it to you." The son sits with his mother and chats with her. Then the maid brings a glass of water and gives him the charger. She says, "I will give her the medicine, she will feel better." The son leaves and the maid gives the medicine and the glass of water to the old woman. She says, "Show me the check so I know you took the medicine." The old woman shows her the check and says, "Yes, I have taken it." The maid leaves and goes upstairs and enters a room and starts checking the drawers. The old woman quietly follows her and checks what she is doing. The maid opens a cupboard and finds a lot of money. She takes it and becomes happy. The old woman brings the check she had taken earlier. The maid is still smiling at the money and hears a sound from downstairs. She calls out to the old woman and comes down. The son brings the doctor to the house and the old woman pretends to lie on the sofa. The son tells the doctor about his mother's condition. The maid goes to the kitchen and opens the drawer and finds the check is missing. She becomes very angry and comes to the old woman and starts fighting with her, demanding to know where the check is. The maid is shouting at the old woman when suddenly the son and doctor arrive. The son asks, "What is going on? Why are you making noise?" The doctor checks the drawer for the medicine and says, "This is a drug with addictive effects." The son is very disturbed to hear this. The maid tries to defend herself, but the son says there is no one else here. "You gave this medicine to my mother," and he throws the maid out of the house. We should also not leave our elderly parents with strangers. Be careful when hiring a maid for your home. Choose a good and honest maid. If you liked our video, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.